Recording now, Tim.
Very good. So welcome to the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong. I'm Tim Franklin. And the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong, you need a little space for your training. And normally, if you've got about a 2-meter square space, then that's good. Because when you're doing the Qigong and energy can flow, that means you might end up moving around. So in order to be safe in your space in the Qigong, it's just good to have a look around you and also make sure you're not going to be sweeping anything off any shelves, kicking anything on the floor, or falling into anything that's either going to hurt you or you're going to hurt it. Yeah. And also, if you have anybody else living in your space and they're not doing the class today, and whether or not you're doing it live or recorded, just let them know not to come in and disturb you whilst you're doing your practice as well, because that's a really useful thing. So when you do your practice at home in the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong, it's also useful to let people know, hey, I'm doing my practice, don't come and disturb me. I'm going to take you through a set of Qigong practices so that you've got a whole practice yourself. And with the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong, we can either go really deep and keep it to just a one main thing, or we can have a little bit of spread, in which case you learn a few more things that you can do and not go so deep. If you go deeper, normally going deeper means that you have to be a little bit more cautious and careful not to overtrain. If we go a little bit more spread, it's generally a lot safer and there's less to go wrong as well. And because I'm not there with you, and if you're doing this or seeing it recorded, I'm not there being able to guide you through the practice as well, it's better that we have a little bit more spread than depth. But that doesn't mean to say that you won't go deep in your practice if you're already used to Qigong, Tai Chi, yoga, meditation. If you've been doing the bone yoga with Paul, you can go into some really deep states as well. So in order to have a safe practice, what I'm going to do is talk you through the beginning of the practice, and the end part of the practice, and then we're going to fill in some bits in the middle as well. And the reason is the beginning of a Qigong practice sets you up for your Qigong practice to get energy flowing. And the very end part of your practice brings you back to stillness in the here and now. So those are really useful things to do, isn't it? If you're going to go into a building, it's a good idea to know where the door to go in is and the door to go back out is. Yeah. So when we're practicing the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong, it's good to know how to come back to the here and now, especially if you do go deep. And also, if energy starts to flow quite vigorously for you, it's really good to know how to slow down safely so that you don't create or cause any harm for yourself. Now, saying that, you don't need to be worried in any way that Shaolin Cosmos Qigong is dangerous for you, because it's not. It's not dangerous for anybody to practice as long as they follow some very simple guidelines in practice, which is don't try too hard. That's always a good one, yeah? Don't purposely tense. That's always a good one in Shaolin Cosmos Qigong. And don't worry about what you're doing. Yeah, the main important one is relax and enjoy your practice, and then you get the benefits as well. So it doesn't matter what you do in terms of your practice, how much you remember of what I say, whether or not you get the forms correct or not, it wouldn't really matter as long as you're relaxing into your practice and enjoying your practice, and then you get your best benefits. Before we start the practice, does anybody have any questions that they would like to ask, or any comments that they would like to throw at me before we do the practice? I'm just looking around and seeing. I think everybody's good there. Good. Okay, so we'll start at the beginning of a Qigong practice, how you would always practice if you're coming into your own practice at home, and how I always practice when I do my Qigong as well. This is the way that my Shaolin Grandmaster taught me, and it's the way that we pass it on, makes it really simple. And it's called Wu Ji, the Wu Ji stance. And the Wu Ji starts with the feet parallel, and about a few inches apart. You could look down and it's about a fist width apart. So if you had a look down and imagine that your fist was between your feet, It's about that far apart. So sometimes people stand with their feet wider apart. There's no problem with standing with your feet wider apart, but it tends to really ground you in such a way that your energy is rooted and the weight and the energy flows down to the feet. And that makes it a little harder to get movement in the body through an energy flow. And what we want to do in this practice is get you to the point of being able to generate an energy flow. To give you some sort of guide with that as well, it tends to be about an 8 to a 12-hour course to teach people the skills in generating an energy flow and come into stillness. And what we're doing is we're condensing a practice tonight into just an hour's practice. So it doesn't really matter if you don't experience an energy flow, as long as you experience some relaxation within your practice. There's a few people here who've already practiced somewhat with me, so you can just enjoy your energy flow as well, okay? So the feet parallel, and then check the weight distribution over the feet. And what we're looking for is to have the weight evenly distributed over the feet. So it's neither on your toes or nor just your heels. So just gently rock forwards onto your toes so you can feel what it feels like definitely to come onto your toes. And then rock backwards onto the heels so you can feel what it feels like to come onto the heels. Very good. And then shift the weight over onto one foot. So you feel what it's like to have the weight on one side of the body. And then shift the weight over to the other side, and you get to feel what it feels like to have the weight on the other side as well, okay? And then just come back into that middle position, where then you're back on the whole of the feet. And now gently rock forwards again onto your toes until you feel that the muscles in the back of your legs are trying to stop you from falling over forwards. And what tends to happen when you move forwards like this is the muscles in the back of the legs tighten up, sometimes the buttocks tighten up, and sometimes the arms tighten up, trying to almost grip hold on to something invisible, trying to stop you from falling over. Good. And then come back onto your heels so that your toes come off the ground, almost to the point where you would fall backwards. And then you can get a sense of the muscles at the front that start to engage and stop you from falling backwards. Yeah. So you feel that going forwards, yeah, and then coming onto your heels, going backwards, yeah. So when we rock forwards onto our toes and rock backwards onto our heels, there's like this place where if you were just to let go, you would just wander backwards. So just allow yourself to freely at the moment, as you come onto the heels, just to tottle backwards without tensing your muscles. Just feel what that feels like. I'll explain why I'm doing this in a minute, by the way, but for now, just come onto the heels and then just allow yourself to totter backwards without tensing any muscles, without putting the brakes on. Very good. And then come onto your toes and allow yourself just to totter forwards without tensing any muscles and putting the brakes on. Don't worry about how you look. This is a part of getting you to something quite exciting within the Qigong practice, okay? So this isn't Qigong itself. This is just guiding you into what would be energy flow. So heels, yeah, and then go onto the toes and then totter forwards. Okay, now compare that to going onto the heels and as you totter backwards, tensing your muscles to put the brakes on and stopping yourself. So you literally tense the whole body, stop yourself, and then come back into that upright position. Then go onto your toes, and instead of going forwards, put on the brakes. Yeah, put on the brakes. So you literally, as you go forwards, put one foot forward and put on the brakes. Yeah, and tense in the body as well. Okay, so everybody's got the difference between putting on the brakes and not putting on the brakes, haven't you? Let me just see you not put on the brakes. That's it. Backwards and forwards, not putting on the brakes. And then let me see you forwards and backwards putting on the brakes. Very good. Looks like you're doing really well with that. Okay, so now transfer the weight onto one leg as if it's like Del Boy in Only Fools and Horses when he's leaning on the bar and the bar's not there. And then just allow yourself to totter over that way. Very good. Paul's thinking, is he joking? Is he joking with this? Is this good? And then on the other side, and then totter over like this way. That's very good. Okay. So now that's without the brakes on, yeah? So no putting the brakes on. Very good. Excellent. Now, if you start to move around like this, yeah, like you're doing a hula hoop, and then suddenly that just like moved around randomly without putting the brakes on, just feel what that feels like. Yeah, so without putting the brakes on, it's like you're just drawing a random etch-a-sketch. Yeah, if the body was etch-a-sketching right now, but randomly, like a 2-year-old would etch-a-sketch, you wouldn't have to draw anything specific, it would just etch-a-sketch. That's it. So the feet are just doing that and the body's doing it. Very good. And then very slowly, like a chauffeur brake, and just gently come back into that position where the feet are close together. Okay. So this is going to save us a lot of time in terms of generating an energy flow, because when you start to generate an energy flow, the body can move in all of those random positions and movements as a physical body. And what we don't want to do is put the brakes on. So whenever you start to move around, you can now safely feel that you could just totter backwards, totter to the side, etch a sketch, move forwards or backwards, couldn't you? You could do that. Very good. Okay, so now shake the hands and the arms and really allow these to start to really shake now. Very good. And the arms shaking, shoulders shaking, body shaking, legs shaking, everything shaking. Very good. And you wouldn't have to control that shake, would you? Have to do it in some like Olympic perfect form. You would just shake. Good, and now allow that to slow down. Very good. You can allow the body just to gently sway now. Allow the body to gently sway. Very good. This is like a gentle breeze swaying willow. The body is just gently swaying. Very good. It might be shifting its weight. It might be swaying around. Anything that it feels like it wants to do. And if you closed your eyes at the moment and just gently let go, close your eyes and gently let go. And letting go just means you don't have to hold on to any ideas about anything or what you should be doing or any tensions in the body or anything at all, really. Just gently let go and allow the body to freely start moving around as it feels like it wants to. Very good. Good. And then gently invite your bodies to start slowing down, starting to slow down to a gentle, gentle stop. And this gentle stop is just doing it really kindly, just very slowly, coming to a gentle stop. Very good. And then just come into that stillnessing, that wuji stance where the feet are parallel, the weight's now evenly distributed over the whole of the feet. The arms are just gently relaxed at the sides of the body. Very good. Eyes are gently closed and just enjoying gentle stillnessing. So you don't have to rigidly fix yourself to in a way that your muscles tense. It's just standing up in a way your muscles and the body is relaxed. But enjoying the sense of stillnessing. It's a standing meditation, really, without having to purposely think about anything or purposely do anything. It's a fairly neutral stance. Good. And then just gently think of an area roughly 2-3 inches below your navel, 2-3 inches in, and then rub your palms together. Dab the eyes. And then massage around the face and the head. This is like Qigong 101, by the way, because I'm taking you through what will be a guided practice in this hour, but taking some stops on the way to introduce you to the different parts and save you a lot of time in your Qigong practice in terms of not having to tense the body or anything like that would stop your energy flowing. Because when we get to a part of the Qigong where we let go, and we really let go, then energy can flow quite vigorously. And that means that the body starts to move around on its own. And you may have already experienced that, whether or not in that stillnessing or when you were closing your eyes after we were doing the shaking leaves. So after when you do the shaking leaves, you can sometimes feel tingling in the hands or the arms or vibration through the body. And this is just all energy flowing. So when we do a Qigong practice, we first come to a Wuji position, and then we do something called entering a Qigong state of mind. And entering a Qigong state of mind simply means relaxing physically, mentally, and emotionally. And then once we've done that, we'd do something else, and then we'd do some Qigong patterns to generate an energy flow. And then once you've done those Qigong patterns, you just let go and enjoy that energy flow, pretty much like we've already done a few minutes ago without any Qigong patterns. And then you come to stillness at the end. So that's 6 steps is your whole practice. And we're going to go through that a few times tonight anyway, so that you feel like you've got it. But it wouldn't matter if you missed out any of the middle parts. The important parts of your practice of the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong is entering the Qigong state of mind and enjoying the stillnessing. Yeah. If you happen to generate some energy flow in the middle, that's fantastic. And if you get to do some of the Qigong patterns and they look roughly right, then that's also good. Good. Okay. So any quick questions before we go on to the next part, or are you all okay? You can give me a thumbs up if you're all okay. Very good. Excellent. Okay. So let's come back into the Wuji. So feet parallel. And this time in the Wuji, just gently unlock your knees. So if you can, and you can't go any further back, you know they're not unlocked. And then if you just gently unlock them, but without collapsing the knees. So gently unlock the knees. And then your arms and your hands, just bring your hands to the sides of the body, so they're at the sides of the trousers. And first of all, gently press your arms into the sides of your trousers and your body, so that you feel that muscular tension now in the shoulders and the arms and the hands. And that takes efforting, doesn't it? That's more like a soldier would stand. So just allow them to come out a little bit further. So now they're coming out as if you're holding big bags under your arms now, okay? So they're out to the sides. Very good. And then just allow them to flop down. Yeah, very good, like that. Excellent. Okay, press them at the sides of the body. So making some effort, press them at the sides. Good. Bring them up a little bit higher now. Very good. Just allow your shoulders to relax. And then as you breathe out, just flop them down. Very good. Good. So then they're just hanging loosely at the sides of the body. And then just gently uncurl your fingers. My teacher, who's a Chinese Malay, used to say, don't have your hands like prawns. Yeah? So don't have them all curled up. Just gently unfurl your fingers so that the fingers are gently pointing down towards the ground. And as your fingers gently point towards the ground, you may notice more energy flow into your fingertips compared to when they're just like a prawn. So gently, fingertips pointing towards the ground. Very good. And just check your weight distribution again. Relaxing the muscles in your feet and your ankles. You can close your eyes if you like for this part as well. Relaxing the shins and the calves and the knees. Just inviting each of these parts of the body to release any unnecessary tension. And then relaxing the thighs. And then the buttocks. And the groin and the waist. And the hips to relax. The sides of the body. The lower back. The stomach. And the chest. The shoulders. And the shoulder blades. And the arms. the hands and the fingers, the neck and the throat. Allow the mouth just to be gently open, not forced open, but just gently open so it's not closed. And relax the jaw. And muscles around the eye sockets and the eyes. Relax the forehead, sides of the head, back of the head, and the crown of the head. Relaxing everywhere in the body. And if it's available to you, just see what it would take to relax a little bit more, maybe another 10 or 20%. Are there any areas of the body that could just let go of everything, let go of any tension? And then bring your awareness gently to your breath. And in the Shaolin Cosmos Qigong, we breathe in through the nose and then gently out through the mouth. And if you're not used to breathing out through the mouth, just open the mouth and let breath happen naturally. And some will come out the mouth anyway. But not to make that way of breathing tension for you. Not trying to force the breath to do anything, but just gently breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, or allowing the breath to escape out the mouth. As you breathe in, just track in first of all the breath coming in through the nose, out the mouth. Just noticing the sensation of the breath coming in through the nose and then out the mouth. And then feeling the breath coming in through the nose to the sternum area, the spiritual center. And breathing out through the mouth. As the breath gently comes in through the nose down to the spiritual center, the heart center. And then gently breathe in through the nose to the heart center, and then breathing out, allowing the breath just to escape naturally. And then we're going to be breathing in through the nose to the abdominal area, but to an energy center roughly 2-3 inches below the navel, 2-3 inches in, the Qi Hai, main Dantian. Just gently breathing in, allowing the breath to come in, down to the Qi Hai, and then breathing out. And again, if that air is not available to you in terms of sensation or feeling or knowing, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to force any breath down there, but just imagine as you breathe in, the energies come into the center. And as you breathe out, just breathing out any tensions, any negative energy, any rubbish, any toxins, anything that's no longer serving you. Just allowing that to come out naturally through the mouth. So everything's very gentle. We've been gentle with the body, gentle with the breath. Not trying to force any sensations or force any change. We're being very kind with our breath, kind with the body, and kind with our noticing any sensations, not having to judge them as good or bad. So if any thoughts arise, you don't have to do anything with those. The thoughts will think themselves anyway. You don't have to switch thinking off. We just bring our awareness to the breath, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth as we're entering into a Qigong state of mind. Physical relaxation, mental relaxation, emotional relaxation. So if any feelings or emotions rise, which they can when you practice in the Qigong, you can notice them, but not having to do anything with them. Just treat them as energy and information flowing, which is what they are. Same as thoughts, feelings, sensations. And then smile from the heart. Smile from the heart. Very good. And then gently think of that area, that chi high, roughly 2-3 inches below navel, 2 inches in. And then rub your palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head. Good. And just shake the arms and the legs. And then have a little wander around your room or place where you're training. So when you're practicing at home, and the idea of this is to give you a practice that you can do at home in the Qigong as well, is at first you come to that Wuji position, so that's number 1. 2, enter in a Qigong state of mind. 3, smiling from the heart. Yeah. 6 is come into gentle stillnessing at the end. So we've got a couple of things in the middle to do. And so we're going to cover 4 and 5 now through some exercises. And with these exercises, our Sifu said that when you're doing the Qigong exercises, try and get them right, but don't worry about getting them right. And that was, when he said that, there was a lot of confusion on people's faces, especially in the West, where we really try often to get things perfect and right, or be a good student. And so he said, well, look, in terms of energy flow, if your form is correct, then energy will naturally flow through the open joints, the sinews, the meridians, because you would have opened all of that. So therefore, energy will flow more favorably. But as long as you're not tensing, physically, mentally, or emotionally, you're not worrying about what you're doing. It wouldn't matter if you didn't get it right. And then people are like, okay, I get what you mean now. Okay, so we try and get the form correct, but by not tensing or worrying. Okay, and then that way, if you forgot any of the forms that we do tonight, it wouldn't really matter. So the first one is lift in the sky. And so I'll just show you. So don't follow me yet, I'll just show you. And then we can do it together. So the first part of lift in the sky is the palms come together facing the ground, fingers pointing towards each other. I follow the hands as they come up. So I'm looking at the hands. I pause. Gently press up to the sky. Look forwards. And then I bring the arms gently to the sides of the body. Okay, so we'll do this together now. So this is what I call the ready position. Yep, the ready position. Palms gently pressing down towards the ground. Fingers pointing towards each other. And again, whatever's available to you in terms of fingers pointing towards each other. Not tensing the muscles in the arms, but you might notice some muscular tension. And then tucking the chin towards the chest so that you can look through the hands. And now follow the hands with your eyes as the hands come up The arms obviously naturally follow, being attached to the arms. And then pause, looking up. Gently press up to the sky as you lift the sky. Bring the body upright and the head facing forwards, and then bring the arms slowly down to the sides of the body. Okay? So we'll do that again. Ready position. Breathe in now as you come up, breathing in. Pause the movement and the breath. Gently press up. Bring the body upright and then breathe out as you come down. Okay? There's a few ways of doing lift in the sky. Lift in the sky is a pattern, an exercise, one of the exercises of Qigong. But there's also the art of lift in the sky. Yeah? So sometimes we move a bit quicker. Sometimes we move a little bit slower. And we might move quite a lot slower tonight in lift in the sky because of the exercises that we're going to do. And just to give you, well, maybe a different experience to what you're normally used to in lift in the sky if you're already practicing with me or Paul. But also a nice, easy way of doing it. But at the moment, we're just moving sort of like a medium speed. It's not too slow. It's not too fast. Yeah. So this is lift in the sky. Okay. So just do lift in the sky a few more times there, just so I can see you. And then I'll know that everything's goody good. Good. So you look like you're all doing well. And so when you're coming to that first position, one of the things to make sure you do is keep the chest open. Yeah, not round the shoulders. Don't round the shoulders. So if your arms are at the sides of your body, yeah, and the hands just came round to the front, yeah, the body wouldn't have to move, would it? Yeah. So if your arms are at the sides of the body, and then your hands just came in front of the body without you moving your head, yeah, the hands could move independently from your body, couldn't they? Your weight is still evenly distributed over the whole of the feet. Hands move independently. Good. And now tuck your chin towards your chest without moving the rest of your body. Yeah, tuck the chin towards chest without moving the rest of your body. Because when you do this, it stimulates the nervous and immune system and releases tensions in the back as well, okay? So now at the same time as tucking the chin towards the chest, bring your hands just to there, that's it. Good. And now bring them up above the head. Pause and just hold that position now. Just hold that position. Now gently push up towards the sky and just hold that position. Just breathe naturally, don't hold your breath. And just check if there's anywhere in your body, your arms or your shoulders that could just back off, if they could relax a little bit more. So they're not efforting. And if you had to hold this position, say for 20 breaths, where would you need to relax in the body to make that comfortable? We're not going to hold it for 20 breaths, but it's just an example to check where you'd need to relax. Good. And then bring the head forwards. So you're looking up here. Good. And then bring the arms down to the sides as you breathe out. And then pause at the sides of the body. Fingers now pointing towards the ground. And you might notice, and if you do notice any tingling in your fingers or your hands, or they feel heavier, then that's a good sign as well. Very good. Okay. So now let's just do it a little bit quicker so that you can feel the difference. Yeah. So then just doing a little bit quicker like this. Very good. So this is if we were just generating a smooth flow of energy. So if you're at home doing your practice, you wouldn't have to concern yourself with whether or not you're doing it at the right speed, because this is also correct. Okay? And then if you do it really slow, so really slowly, So it's like everything's slowed down if you like slowing a video down now. Really slowing down. So you're just being really mindful of the movement. Gently pressing up. Coming upright. And just slowly, slowly, like go through treacle way too fast. Really slow. Really slow. Good, just coming down. And when you come down, by the way, if your palms are facing rather than up, then you get more energy flowing to your fingertips. If they're up, it gets locked in the arms. Good. And then just pause there at the end. Very good. So if you wanted to increase the amount of energy in the body, you can move slower. If you wanted to increase the flow of energy in the body, you move a bit faster. So we look at increase in energy flow in terms of how much the body or the energy flows, increase in the quantity of the energy, how much quantity of energy that you've got. And if you do it slowly, you build more energy. You might just notice the difference, yeah? So moving slowly, you can feel like the arms are filling up with energy. And as you breathe out, you just feel that energy just flow through the body. Just breathing out through the mouth with a good. And compare that to moving quite fast. Yeah, you still get energy flow. Absolutely, of course. We often do Qigong lifting the sky like this. And this will generate a more vigorous energy flow. So if you close your eyes now, just gently let go, you might find that the body starts to move or flow on its own. So just close your eyes now. Just gently let go. That's it, just close your eyes, gently let go. Mouth gently open. And you might notice gentle swaying going on. If you're more experienced in the Qigong and you opened up the tap here, energy would really flow quite vigorously, especially if you relax your lower back and sacrum. Very good. For those in zero balancing, if the SI joint was open right now, the quad was open, then energy would flow really quite vigorously. Very good. And then gently think of the Dantian area, come into a gentle stillness, slowing down. And then just come into that stillnessing, just gently enjoying that stillnessing. Very good. Doing really well. I say this is like a Qigong 101 tonight, taking you through the ropes. It's a bit like a grand tour of Qigong. Not showing you in all the buildings and all the secret passages, but taking you through a practice that you can do on your own at home. Very good. Okay, gently open your eyes. Okay, so now bring the arms up in front of the body like you're going to give somebody a hug. Yeah. Good. And the shoulders are relaxed. And have the arms, the hands rather, lower than your shoulders. So if they're roughly the same height as you, your hands would be on their scapula. Yeah? And your elbows would be lower than your wrists. Very good. Okay, so now turn to the side. Very good. And then turn back to the front. Very good. And then turn to the other side. Good. And then turn back to the front. Okay. So now it's not wrong to turn your waist and your legs as well, because that's one way of doing it, but that's not what we're going to do. What we're going to do is we're going to just turn the upper body. Keep your hips facing forwards and turn the spine and the head, but not the hips. Very good. And then come back to the front and then the other way. Good. And then back to the front again. Now you don't need to tense any of this area to keep it where it is. Just don't move it. Yeah. And you know what it feels like to move your hips, don't you? If you do this, you move your hips. And if you were to look behind you with your head, your hips wouldn't move. And if you were to get something off of the shelf behind you, your hips wouldn't move. And if you turned your spine at the same time, your hips wouldn't have to move as well. Very good. So now just imagine that you're turning from the base of the spine up to the top of the head. So it just turns slowly, nice and slowly, just turning, turning, turning. Very good. Hips are still facing pretty much front. There's a small amount of movement, doesn't matter. But it's mainly the spine and the head. Very good. And then come back to the front. And then the other way. Very good. And then back to the front. Very good. And then breathe out as the hands come down to the sides of the body. Very good. And just pause for a moment. You can have your eyes open or closed. And that's really just an opportunity to allow energy to flow through the spine. Nervous system, immune system's been stimulated. Very good. And you can open your eyes. And then the next exercise we're going to do, we're going to come forwards. Okay, and as you come forward, just allow the hands to come down to roughly where the knees are. Yeah. Good. And now from here, as you come up, just allow the arms to soften and spread out, and then look up to the sky. Palms spread out. Very good. Bring the body upright. Now bring the body back upright, looking forwards. Turn the palms over and then breathe out. Very good. Okay, just coming down to roughly where the knees are. This isn't a stretch. This is just an opportunity to allow the energy to gently bring the chin in a little bit as well. Good. Breathe in on the way up. Arms come out. Spread. Look up to the sky. Good. Bring the body upright. Turn the palms over and then breathe out again. Good. The arms just come down at the sides of the body like in lifting the sky. Very good. Down. Good. Spread. Good. Looking up. Bring the body upright and then bring the arms down. Very good. Okay, that one's called Beautiful Butterfly. Okay, Beautiful Butterfly dances in front of flower. So now, imagine that when you're doing this, it's like, here's like the chrysalis. And you're just coming out now of the chrysalis, yeah? So those wings are just going to unfurl. They're just going to unfurl. The wings of the butterfly just unfurling where it first meets the breeze and the sun, the warmth of the sun. Ah, like this. Ah. And when you're at the top, just give a ah. Just breathing out like, thank goodness, yeah? Ah. And then bring the body back upright, turn the palms over, and allow the arms to come down. If you've got any breath left or you want to breathe in or breathe out at that point, then you can. Very good. And as you go down, there's no breath. Good. Breathe in on the way up, just unfurling those wings, spreading those wings. Just breathing out. Very good. And then turn over the palms, and you're taking that first flight of the wings. Very good. Coming down. Very good. Spreading those wings, and at the same time as spreading the wings, that heart center is just spreading as well. Spreading that feeling of kindness and joy. Good. Coming upright. Very good. Coming down. Good. Spreading, nice and soft. Spreading. Good. And then now drop the hands at the sides of the body. Just relax. Close your eyes. And then you can allow the body just to gently move and flow however it feels like you want to move and flow. There's no exact way to do this. But the recommendation is don't try and do it in any particular way. Don't try and stop anything from happening. So you don't have to make anything happen here. You don't have to stop anything from happening by tensing. Remembering those guides at the beginning, which is just to relax and enjoy the practice. You don't have to worry if you're doing it right or wrong, because there isn't one. There's just enjoying your practice and letting go. And the letting go now is just allowing the energy to flow, the body to flow, movement to flow, everything to flow. That might mean that thoughts flow, emotions flow, feelings flow. That's just all part of energy flowing. And we just enjoy that. Enjoy that happening. Very good. And then gently coming back to gentle flowing stillness. Gentle flowing stillness. That Wuji stance that we started with. The arms relax gently at the sides of the body. Fingers unfurled. Mouth gently open, eyes gently closed. And enjoying this part of the standing meditation. Flowing stillness. Which means if there was gentle movement or noticing of energy flowing, you wouldn't have to try and stop that. This practice is just a very gentle way of inviting kindness in. It's a practice of kindness for yourself. The nature of letting go, the nature of not striving or tensing or blocking. We're just allowing the nature of energy flow to take its natural course, however that is. And then gently think of the Dantian again. Rub the palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head. Very good. Give a little shake off or river dance, whatever you fancy. River dance is optional, by the way. It's not part of the Qigong. Okay, how are you all doing? You good? Very nice. We're going to put those 3 exercises together, yeah? So what it would look like, we just do one of each. So it would go lift in the sky, yeah, gently and slowly coming up. So it's going to be a real slow one, this one, yeah? Gently coming up. You can follow me, by the way, because we do this as a practice run and then we do it for proper, yeah? So from that Wuji to ready position to gently and slowly coming up with lift in the sky. This is doing it really gently and slowly. So we're just being really kind and mindful of our movement here, not tensing, relaxing into the movement, and then we're pausing, giving ourselves a nice little time to rest, gently pressing up to the sky, an opportunity to release any tensions in the body whilst creating space in the body, and uplifting, physically, mentally, and emotionally uplifting. And then bringing the body upright and then breathing out as you come down, just slowly, slowly releasing. Releasing any tension, releasing the breath, releasing the energy flow. And then pause here, pause with the arms at the sides of the body. An opportunity to allow the energy to catch up, parts of the body to reset themselves. then we come into embracing Buddha. This was the hug. Yeah, this one's called embracing Buddha. And then just slowly turning to one side, just keeping the hips facing the front. Just turning, not trying to go too far. And pause. And breathing out as you release, or breathing in, depending on which way you've done it. Doesn't really matter. Just allow that breath to be natural. Relax. Soft. And just noticing the body. Noticing the movement. Good. And then coming the other way. Very good. Dropping the arms down on the sides of the body. Good. And then coming down for beautiful butterfly. Gently unfurling those wings. Good. Coming upright and breathing out. Very good. And when you come to this position here, just going to do that once, okay? Just going to do that beautiful butterfly once. And then at the end of the practice, when you've finished, the mouth will be gently open, the eyes gently closed, and then just let go. Just let some energy flow, okay? And then I'll say, and then we can come to gentle stillness by gently thinking the dantian, and I'll lead you through that as well. So you wouldn't have to see me now to do those exercises, would you? You could do them pretty much the best that you can. Yeah, you wouldn't have to notice or look at me to see, am I doing it right or not? Yeah, you could just do it however you think it is that they should be done. Yeah, and that way you can't get it wrong. And if you ended up missing something out, it wouldn't matter. And if you made up a different pattern, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, but I'll talk you through each pattern. But throughout this whole exercise, just have your eyes closed, mouth gently open. Just allow you to drop now into a Qigong state of mind. So from Wuji, hands at the sides of the body, fingers unfurled, weight evenly distributed over the feet. Gently closed, mouth gently open. Muscles relaxing in the feet and the legs. Backside, the groin, the hips, the lower back and the stomach, sides of the body and the chest. The back, the arms, the hands, the throat and the neck, the face and the head, and the crown of the head. Breath is gently relaxing, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take in 3 relaxed cycles of breath here. Each time, just letting go of any held tension, any physical tension, any mental tension, any emotional tension. You don't have to make any, but if there is any for you, you can take this opportunity just to let that go with the breath. Otherwise, just enjoy the breath. Enter in a Qigong state of mind. Smile from the heart. Come to the ready position for lifting the sky. Breathing in as you come up nice and slowly. Pausing at the top. Gently pressing up. Bringing the body upright and breathing out on the way down. Pause. Embracing Buddha. First to one side, slowly to one side, Just let the breath come in and out as it wants to come. You don't have to purposely coordinate your breathing here. And then coming back to the center and pausing at the center before you turn to the other side. Just allow things to catch up. Taking advantage of those pauses. Good. Coming to the front. Dropping the hands to the sides of the body and pause. Coming down for beautiful butterfly now. We're just going to do this once, so really allow those wings to spread from your heart center. From the heart center, those wings are spreading out. Energy flowing to the fingertips. Pausing at the top and breathe out with a ah. Bring the body upright. Arms down to the sides of the body now. Eyes closed. Mouth gently open and just letting go now. Letting your energy flow and your body flow and move however it wants to flow. Allowing your knees to be relaxed. The joints to be relaxed. The muscles to be relaxed. Energy flows naturally when we're physically, mentally, emotionally relaxing. Not locking anything down or tensing. Not trying to do anything, just allowing the energy to flow naturally as it will. Which means if the body starts to move or flow, you just go with that flow. Go with the flow. This is the very sort of Taoist way of Qigong, which is just going with the flow. Shaolin Cosmos Qigong is quite heavily influenced by the Taoist and the Buddhist way. So we just go with that flow. We've done the purposeful action, and then we just let go. Very good. And gently and slowly and gracefully slow down. Coming to a gentle stop. And then enjoying stillnessing. Just taking these few moments now. All the work is done. All the practicing of the movements is done. Now it's just enjoying stillnessing. Nothing to do. And then gently think of that area, roughly 2-3 inches below the navel, 2 inches in. Rub the palms together. Dab the eyes, massage around the face and the head. Very good. River dance time, shake off. Good. Wander around. That spreads the energy around the body. Very good. And then we just gently come back to our seats. I can't believe an hour has gone already. That was quick.
That was really good.
That was so fast, wasn't it?
Yeah.